Hey, this is Reyff Designs again, and we're back. In this episode, we're going to be doing a trailer that is, well, it's a Uni-Go trailer, and that trailer, just so everyone has an idea, this trailer is going on a Indian Pursuit. Well, he's already actually had on his Pursuit, but he wanted to match his Elite, and of course, this is not the color. It's a graphite color that needs to go on this thing, so this episode will be about repainting this thing. Like I said in the intro, this is a Uni-Go trailer, and it's been converted for a, it's not been converted, it's been attached to a Indian Pursuit, and the customer wants to match this to his Indian Pursuit Elite. So basically we're going to take it apart and get ready to wet sand and get ready to actually paint this thing. So basically we got to disassemble the whole piece. One thing that I didn't like or don't like, and I'm going to change it, is I'm going to continue this stripe in the back and bring it all the way down into here. I think it'll look a lot better than just have it stop there. It's just me. It looks kind of funky. I know why, because it's easier just to do it to the lid. At least that's what I'm feeling right now. We'll find out if I want to continue that or not. Right now, my idea is to pinstripe the gold first, tape that off, be easier for me. Do black, do the graphite, clear it, put it back together, and be done, basically. So we will have to match this, of course, down here. And I think that's what the challenge was. The guy didn't know or didn't want to do it. So I think it just looked better that way. Take off the rubber piece. Take off the light. Okay. It brings that piece out. Simple. We'll do this trim again. The customer had some more trim, and so that helps out. Kind of makes a cool little look. Take this whole light assembly out. The inside light is funky. I guess it fell off. We'll fix that when we put it back together. Make sure that all goes back together. Alright, the light comes out and we'll start disassembling. We'll mark these. Alright, so I'm going to take the wiring apart because I know it's going to be a lot easier for me anyway. Easy way to do it is to have a wire marker, which I've got. And we're going to tape this off. Just for reference, we'll put Y for yellow. And we'll basically mark these. These are my wire markers. As you can tell, it's got numbers in there. They're like little tapes, and they're by Scotch code STD09 wire marker. Work great. And I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the inside light. So I will make this number 2, make this one 3, 4, 5, and 6 and 7. So since this is 2, we'll take the tape out and I ran out of 2. Let me see if my other marker has 2. I hope it does. And this one will be 2. So now I have 2 wires on 2. I want to do 3. And I can then disconnect the inside light. Get you a little screwdriver and start disconnecting. So that's 2, that's 3. That will be 3 also right there. Okay, get a small screwdriver and undo the screw. Now the inside light can be disconnected. And we'll figure out how and why this is, oh. And have tinier screws. Okay. We'll have to fix that on the flip side. The lights. And we'll start disconnecting. We'll mark them first. We got 4, 5. There's many ways you can do this. You can do it with tape. You can put just green, red, whatever, but this is the easiest for me. And if I ever have to do some work on this piece again, I will leave these markers on. You'll never see them. Or if the customer needs to do work for some reason on it. All right, so we'll disconnect all these on this side. Okay, and there you have it. The light and this piece are out. All right, so I'll have to remind myself, hopefully with this video, that this inside light will have to be mounted first. It wasn't mounted when I got it, but we will remount it so it's correct. And it looks like the light is blown anyway, so we'll have to get a new light for them too. As you can see, the fuse is blown. All right, so this is kind of cool. They have a Velcro inner liner that will pull out, and that's to hide the wiring and the bolts. So we'll go ahead and pull that. That way we have access, because this wiring, which I got to pull somehow, some way, because it is connected up in the front. So we'll rerun all that. So this will be interesting. Okay, so we've got to run this cable through the trailer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually mark inside the trailer what each number is in color. That way, in case something happens where we're pulling this through, I still know what it is. So we'll just make it simple. So black is 2, blue is 4, green is 5, red is 6, yellow is 7. So we have 2 is black, 3 is brown. Oop, I gotta put that on there. And brown is 3. So basically I've just kind of wrote on a piece of tape and it will stick to the inside of this liner if I keep it together. It's just another fail safe in case something happens. And when I pull this through, I have to cut those wires and I'll know exactly what wire is what. So again, we've got black is 2, brown is 3, blue is 4, green is 5, 6 is red, 7 is yellow. And this one, white wire, is a nothing. It's a freebie. So we're going to hook up some regular safety wire and so I can string it down, and that way I can have that there. I'm basically going to string it to the white wire because I don't care about it. We're going to make a loop and make this one a loop. And as we pull this through, hopefully you can see all that. I'm going to just ride this safety wire right through this. Right? And then you see it on the other side. So we'll just kind of, because I've got to string this all the way through, get the wiring harness out of this to paint it, and then we'll put it all back together, but it'll be easier this way. So we'll make a little knot. Cut this here. For now, we'll just kind of keep it in this hole. Again, you're never going to see any of that, but we have to have it. I'll cut the wire off the other side. We'll have to do the same thing as we string it to the other side. So the other side, I should be able to take all the bolts out, top and bottom, and it should just come apart, and we should be good to go. So this should come off from the frame in one piece, I hope. So it looks like there's 6 bolts. Again, I've never taken one of these apart, but it's a no-brainer, I would think. It should be in the nut plate, which it is. So I've just taken these first 2 bolts out, and we're going to finish taking the rest of them out, which there's 2 more here, and then there's 2 in the front. I'm going to take off this real quick, just so it's out of my way. Tight fit. It is a tight fit. All right. Pull this wiring harness right here out. Pretty easy. And string that later when we put it back together. Okay. And this should come out. And it does. And there you go. There's the frame. Everything else put away to the side. Okay, so we got the trailer piece all apart, or we got all the trailer pieces all apart. I started cleaning it. I typically wash all the pieces in Dawn dish soap because I don't know what the owner has been using as far as on the exterior. So I'll wash this. Since I'm painting the whole thing, I actually washed it with a Scotch-Brite pad, try to clean the surface. But in the process, I found a crack in the bottom side, which you would never know was there because you have the tire here, you have the frame here, but I'm already in it deep, so might as well go ahead and repair this. I'm using fiberglass resin from Evercoat. I've had pretty good success with it in the past. I sanded the area inside the best that I could, so it has some ability to adhere to it. And then mix my resin, of course, and then I have small bits of fiberglass that I've cut up. I've used it for other repairs where I'll mix it with the fiberglass resin and kind of make it like a mesh. And I have dabbed it in there, and now I'm just waiting for it to cure. Sand this out a little bit, see what it looks like, and then from there I'll do a little body work. Again, you're never going to see this, but I don't want the crack to migrate further into this fiberglass piece. So the other thing I've done is I've gotten some filler, some Bondo, not really Bondo, I use Dolphin, and just try to get these little nicks. I'm going to wet sand all this out and do a little filler on that, and then we should be able to get the paint. So same thing with this little back piece. It's got a little divot, don't know how it happened in the paint. I'll wet sand that out, throw a little primer on there, wet sand that out, and should be ready to roll. Anyways, that's where we're at with all this project so far. So sometimes you don't know what you're going to find in these. I've already bid this out, so I'll just fix it because he's a great customer. Actually became a pretty good friend, and we'll just make it right. So, all right, so we finished the cure. The fiberglass is finished curing now. I've sanded it, trying to feather it into the existing piece. Came out pretty good. As you can tell, this was a crack in here, and that has, through the resin and through adding little hairs of fiberglass, this, you can see how it's all adhered itself and glued itself back together basically. I let it cure for about an hour, And I'll just do a little Bondo work in here. Not that you'll ever see this because it's on the bottom side of the trailer. But my concern was I didn't want this to crack and then continue cracking way into this little trailer. So it's just an easy fix, easy, quick. You get the right resin, fiberglass resin, and everything works great. So, all right. Next, I'll do a little Bondo work right here and do a little priming after that, and then we'll get it prepped for painting. Start wet sanding this whole thing and fix any little dingy doos that are going to matter, and then paint. All right, so I did a little body work in here. Nothing extravagant. Again, this will all be covered. You're never going to see this portion of the trailer. You know, I want to make it look good when I paint it, so I'll prime this. So I get everything else wet sanded and ready to go. Go back, wet sand that primer, start shooting. I filled in a couple of little areas that got a little rubbed on, and we'll prime those too and make them look good. Again, you're not going to see this because this is where the wheel is at, but I just didn't want it to leave it rough. Again, I'm going to go ahead and finish wet sanding this outside just because it's a beautiful day outside. Go to town. All right, so I've started with 400 grit, and I'm just going back over with 600 grit. I'll use Dawn dish soap in my water, or I use Dawn, in my water. That way, it helps the paper glide, and also it's kind of washing it all at the same time, keeping it clean. Basically, let's sand this whole piece. So I've already wet sanded the other two pieces, and I have gone over this already, kind of filled in little divots with some filler. Just kind of getting ready for paint, really. After I wet sand this with 600, I will wash this, let it dry, wax and grease remove it, and then start getting prepped for paint. All right, so I've blown the gold on the trailer piece here, and I'm gonna start taping that off. That way I can split the black and the new color that's gonna be going on this. It should work out pretty well. I'm just gonna actually just tape off a pinstripe. It might give it a little bit of a line, but it won't be no big deal. It'll still look good. So that's where we're at right now. All right, so I'm just back masking so this will be my pinstripe, and I'm just basically back masking that so I can paint my black first. Alright, so I got the black done. I'm going to start untaping this, and after that we will back mask the black and do the graphite color. So Alright, I just finished clearing. It's looking good. I'm pretty happy with it. I might have to do a little buffing. We'll have to see. But I'm pretty excited. Colors came out great. And now we're just going to put the weather seal on. Maybe. It's not wanting to cooperate that well. All right, next, since I got all the bolts in, we'll go ahead and start tightening them down. All right, bolts are tight. The rubber feels like it's cushioned down into the fiberglass. Yeah, we're mounted. All right, so I've used my safety wire that I had in there before, and I'm trying to wire or run the wiring back through this hole. And here we go. And there we go. All right, so we'll wire all this up and then we'll push it back through and suck it back in. We'll put it underneath. Basically, I just run a little safety wire right through it. Around the wiring. Remember, I have these labeled. I will unwrap this and then start wiring this all back together. All right, so we're back to the wiring portion. We're gonna go ahead and start wiring this back up. And again, I marked these prior, 2 through 7. Okay, we'll start with number 7. Which again, remember I wire marked these. That's number 7 there. And with a small screwdriver and basically put these back in here. That'll be number 6, number 5, number 4. Number 3 and 2 also are for the inside light. So we will bring this through here. We'll tie these together carefully. I'll get my helper, which is my son Nolan, to give me a hand real quick. I'm going to guess this is for the accessory lighting. And we have number 2. Alright, so there is the wiring all tight, plugged in, and ready to put this together. Alright, so this will go into here like so, and we will fit this in here with all the wiring. These bolts go through. And we'll start the other one. Alright, so the light is installed. We'll just have to tighten up the bolts right in here. Once this is installed, then we'll put that piece that goes over the top of this, over that, and it should look pretty good. Alright, the padding is going to go on the bottom, of course. Put this right in here, like so. Pretty it up. There's the Velcro. Cover up the bolt holes for your luggage. we'll take off this green tape that I put for the wiring. And again, that's what I had made earlier. Make sure the carpet looks good. All right, next we're gonna get the trim done, and then the top one we should be golden. All right, so the customer wanted to use this edge trim, which is cool. It's carbon fiber. Works pretty well. And we're just trimming out the light all the way around. Again, it's Cal's custom edge trim. There's like a glue mechanism inside of the trim. Just be wary of that. And we're about to pop this baby on and then finish doing a little polish. And it should be golden. But there's the effect. Looks really good with this graphite color. Again, Cal's custom quality product since 1838. Edge trim. And this is the new carbon fiber style. All right, so this is the piece that has the carbon fiber on it. Pretty killer. Now we're just making sure all the lines line up and they look like they do. I line these lines up down here. This can move a little bit here and there. All right, so we got the trim piece for the light and we're putting it on right now, making sure all the lines kind of match. This was a something that I wanted to do to make it look better with the hood. And I wanted the lines to kind of come, and I want these lines to kind of come around this light right here. And I think it's a good add-on. It makes it look really killer. So, all right, so we finally put the hood on. We got the latches on. The latches have somewhat of an adjustment, not a whole lot. On the bottom side, we just kind of tweaked it this way a little bit. Make sure everything lines up. They're bolted together. We'll put the key back in it with that weather stripping in here. It's tight, of course, because you want it tight, watertight. Push down on the hood, and there we go. So we'll do a little more tweaking on this, put outside, and do a final show of it. All right, so we're at the finishing line finally, and we got the piece done. I think it looks stellar with the graphite color on there from the Indian Pursuit Elite. And we matched the pinstripe, the gold. Kind of made like a racing stripe down the middle. And it came out pretty stellar. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm sure he'll be going down the road and won't even think about it, but he'll be looking good. That's all that matters, right? So another piece done. Even the racing stripe in the back looks really great. Kind of form fits that piece. And so that's basically it. We're done. Piece is finished and goes back to the customer. So if you like this kind of stuff, subscribe, like it. All right, so this is Rich's trailer to his Pursuit Elite, right?
That's right, 23 Pursuit Elite.
So we matched the colors, like I said in the very beginning of this video. I think it came out stellar. He's gonna go back to his house, hook it up, and take some pictures, and hopefully I'll have those at the end of this video to kind of show how it all looks. So that's about it.
Looks great, man.